Hail folks, it's been a wee while since I've done a wee podcast. This one's just basically talking about the occurrence of the draw there. We got Juventus. Today's date is the 21st of December 2012. We're just kind of reflecting on the draw. Personally, I think Juventus is probably the worst draw that we could have got out of the teams that were there. Purely from a playing point of view, the Italian teams seem to know how to stifle a game, and they're well schooled in the art of diving and play acting. So, like Celtic, I've found out in the past in Turin, when the Martin O'Neill era, when we lost 3-2, when Sutton and Larsson had scored a couple of brilliant goals, we found then Turin with the kind of late on penalty that never was, what we're going to be up against again in these two games in February and March. I mean, as for the fans, the Juventus fans are pretty volatile. I mean, in European campaigns in recent times, we've kind of met. We've played teams whose fans have been quite welcoming. The Juve fans are certainly not that style of fan. They're not very a nice bunch of people. The Italian police are quite heavy-handed with away fans as well, so the trip to Turin is going to be a tough one. I think having the first leg at Paradise could actually help Celtic if they're in the right frame of mind and they realise the task at hand facing them in the second game. They might pull out the stops and build themselves a good lead to take into the second leg. Now, obviously, you're expecting teams like Juventus to be able to score at Parky, but if we can stop them scoring and take, well, my preference would be 3-0. I'd feel comfortable with that. 2-0, I'd be a bit uneasy. 1-0, I think I'd have my nails bitten to the core, So, the importance of not conceding a home goal is a must. So as long as concentration levels are high from front to back, I think we should be okay. And I mean, let's be honest, you have to play teams like Juve at this stage of the competition sometimes. So I mean, there's a good possibility of some big teams getting knocked out. If we can knock off Juventus, you've got Man United there who are playing. Just let me have a look. Man United are playing Real Madrid, so there's going to be a big gun knocked out there. You've got Milan and Barcelona, another big gun going. Arsenal, Bayern Munich. So there's 4 possible big guns out the equation. So if we can get ourselves into the next stage of the quarter-finals, I mean, who knows? We could be on our way to Wembley. It's a young Celtic team, and it's possible that they could shock the world again like they did earlier in the year, or late on in the year there, in the ties against Barcelona. Okay, I mean, the Champions League draw as it stands was made the other day, and it threw up these ties. It was Galatasaray versus Schalke, Celtic versus Juventus, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Shakhtar Donetsk versus Borussia Dortmund, AC Milan versus Barcelona, Real Madrid versus Man United, Valencia Paris Saint-Germain, which is one of my preferences along with Malaga, and the other one I think was Schalke. And Porto versus Malaga in the final tie. So, like I say, hopefully we can get a decent result in the first leg. I think it's played sometime in February. Anyway, right. Obviously, the tie that sticks in my mind for 2001, 18th of September, was the 3-2 game. So we're going to go down memory lane a wee bit here, and the team that day for Juventus was Buffon, Montero, Turin, Pisotto, Liliano, Ziano, Tacanardi, Davids and Salas. Trezeguet, Del Piero, the subs Carini, Ferreira, Panamati, O'Neill, Pirandelli, Maresca and Amoruso, and we all know him. Celtic that day, Douglas, Walgaran, Baldy, Thompson, Lambert, Lennon, Petrov, Melby, Agat, Sutton, and the King of Kings, Henrik Larsson. Subs were Kareem, Zilla, McNamara, Hartson, Peter, Table, Guppy, and the referee that day was H. Krug. I don't know if that's Herman or not, I'm guessing German. Anyway, so I'm going to kind of jump through the minutes of the match, just to kind of remind ourselves how the events of that actual game went, and so we'll just crack on. So it had been 34 years since winning the European Cup, and Celtic were making their Champions League debut against an Italian side, which is obviously Juventus, and the Stadio dell'Alpi. At that time, Juventus had a 100% home record against Scottish opposition, having won 6 out of 6 matches. The last of which was a 4-1 thrashing of the defunct Glasgow Rangers in 1996. Anyway, the game kicked off and we had 4 minutes in. After some good support play involving Salas and Trezeguet, Del Piero has a pop. His shot is low, slow, hard and narrowly wide. In the 7th minute, as you would expect, Marcelo Lippi's Juventus are dominating in the early stages. Del Piero drops a speculative ball in behind the Celtic defence for Trezeguet to chase, but Douglas beats him to it. The 10th minute, Lennon is playing deep in the Celtic midfield, helping Walgaran, Baldy and Mjällby, and Lambert is further forward, and it looks as if it will be up to him and Thompson to graft and do the spade work in order to win possession and release a gap, who Celtic will rely on to supplement any ammunition for Sutton and Larsson up front, along with Chris Sutton. Paul Lambert is the only other Celtic player with Champions League experience. 20 minutes in, Tacanardi and Salas combine on the right hand side to try and create an opportunity for Trezeguet. The ball goes in behind him and Henrik Larsson at this stage has been limping. Celtic win a free kick in the 22nd minute. Turin climbs over Celtic Sutton. Again, shortly afterwards, when Davids had floored him. There is no booking for the Superfly shade-wearing Dutchman, who gets away with a stern ticking off. 31 minutes in, Buffon certainly earned his scorn with a fantastic save from an excellent Sutton header. Neil Lennon was a squire with an excellent ball. He's moved further forward and is beginning to stamp his authority on the game. 35 minutes, Salas gets in the end of a lovely penetrative ball from Montero and the ball is deflected by Melby from the resultant corner. Baldy clears a good Montero off the line. 43 minutes, goal. Juventus 1, Celtic 0. Salas tracked by 2 Celtic defenders here down the right wing and from the byline cuts the ball into the path of Trezeguet, who finishes well. A real kick in the goalies for Celtic after a solid, dogged first half. It's half time, folks. Moving into the second half. Celtic kick off in the 45th minute and immediately win a free kick, which is taken by Baldy, who finds Larsson. He hangs it in the air before nodding it just too far away from Sutton. 51 minutes, Agat misses an excellent opportunity to equalise for Celtic after showing great presence of mind to latch on to a Larsson knockdown, with only a fairly helpless Buffon to beat. He lifts it over the bar. 54 minutes, goal, Juventus 2-0. Trezeguet gets his head to the end of a brilliant left-footed Del Piero cross from the corner and beats Douglas Ollens up. An excellent goal by the Frenchman, although he was unmarked. He was quite far out and had to stretch backwards to get his head to the ball. Del Piero's wizardry in getting the cross in under extreme duress was sublime. 56 minutes. So, Celtic substitution, Petter for Thompson. Celtic are certainly in the mire at the moment and need all the help they can get. 63 minutes. Petrov makes space for himself with a lovely turn on the halfway line, and Petter wins Celtic's first corner of the game. The ball is cleared by Juve, and Neil Lennon takes possession near the halfway line. Salas robs him, but the ball bounces cross wide. Okay, 66 minutes and the ticker back in the game. Sutton wins a free kick from Montero just outside the Juve box. Larson tees it up, rolls it to Petrov, who rifles one and one hard, takes a deflection from a Juventus player and goes past the helpless Buffon. 75 minutes, Sutton goes down in the penalty area and appeals along with all the Celtic forwards for a penalty. Nothing is given and the ref gives him a bollocking. 76 minutes, red card, Davids for persistent fouling. Celtic a free outside the Juve box which goes straight into the wall. Davids getting sent off was hardly the shock of the century. It's surprising he hadn't been substituted earlier, as he's been acting the maggot all night with lots of niggly bad tempered fouls. Must be the Nander alone, whatever that means. Celtic are now acquitting themselves excellently. Agathon have sacrificed their defensive duties and are crossing in ball after ball from both wings. Meat and drink for Sutton Larson. Juventus are under the cosh. That'll be good if we can get that in the second leg, eh? 8 minutes, a great chance wasted by Celtic. Petrov takes a shot was blocked. The ball comes to Sutton, who tries his luck. It wasn't good as the ball was blocked and voluntarily blocked by his own man Petrov, who was lying on the ground. 84 minutes, goal equaliser Celtic. Larson equalised with a penalty, sending Buffon the wrong way. Penalty was awarded when Sutton was held by Tram at the back post. Seconds early been denied, but also a valid penalty. If this was Old Trafford and Sutton played for Man United, he would probably have got 6 penalties tonight. He has been colossus. Goal, Juventus in the 87th minute. Celtic's Amoruso comes on and immediately wins and scores a penalty with what looks to be a blatant dive, and it certainly was, because I remember it well. Martin O'Neill goes berserk on the touchline and is banished from the dugout by the German referee. He is justifiably apologetic with rage. No way was that a penalty. The ref was at least 40 yards away when Amoruso went down. Yep. 90 minutes, there's a mad scramble in the Juve box, and either Chris Sutton or Larson have a ball cleared off the line by Buffon. They claim the ball crossed the line, but the ref thinks otherwise. On this occasion, he's correct. Celtic are attacking in droves and having Juventus on the ropes. The mighty Juve on the ropes. 92 minutes, final whistle. After showing a brilliant courage to call it back into the game from being 2 down, Celtic lose 3-2. They were magnificent and they were robbed. No questions. Another football match ruined by a mixture of cheating and utterly incompetent refereeing. Is it just me, or is anybody else getting sick of this crap? Now, I can't even mind where I got that from. Obviously it was somebody's interpretation of the game. I've just copied and pasted it. I'm just reading it now. That was that game, that notorious game where there was a penalty that should never have been, and this would be sweet revenge, and this last 16 coming up in February and March, if we can get some revenge against this team. Okay, folks. That's about it. All I can say is I'm looking forward to the 2 ties. Everybody out there who's been listening to the podcast, I'll just like to say I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and well, you'll hear from me soon. Hail, hail. keep up the fight. Join the group.